this is On With the Show. I am Goose, and today's topic is the one that's been going around all weekend on social media ever since the video dropped on TikTok, and that is that Lilytino all of a sudden has decided to take a indefinite leave of absence. She's taking an indefinite vacation. She's taking an indefinite hiatus, however you want to call it. It looks like Lilytino has quit. Now, I did a video on her about a couple weeks ago. I will leave a link to that description, or a link to that video at the very end on the end card, so you can click on that video and you can see it. Because when I had 5 examples of Lilytino, and basically I was calling her out for basically setting all this stuff up. She was basically, in my opinion, this whole thing was a work. She basically did all of this on purpose to gain reaction, and I call her, this is more like a shock value kind of content of hers. And it was becoming more and more apparent that she was pushing the envelope as far as her content. Before we get into the details of that, as I'm already getting into far more into what I want to into this intro, if you haven't already, go down, hit the subscribe button, bang the bell for notifications, bang the bell for notifications, so that you always know when new videos are uploaded, and give me a big like, because it does help me with the algorithm. And it looks like Lilytino has all of a sudden decided to say goodbye. We're going to play this video right now. It's a little over 3 minutes long. So, but this is her, I guess you could say, her farewell video for now.
So the whole point of why I do what I do, which is create content, is to educate and to entertain, in that order. And I think that recently my content has taken a bit of a shift, to be more, well, I'm hurt. I am deeply hurt because of the amount of hate that I've gotten over the past 3 years doing this, 2.5 years. And that hurt has influenced the way that I do things. As a content creator, especially as a streamer, I'm always on camera, talking all the time, daily updates about where I'm at. And I think that the hurt that I feel has influenced the way that I've pushed in my content to be confrontational and be in your face about what I'm trying to do, which is ultimately teach people about trans things, and hopefully make for a more accepting world. But I don't want the hurt to be a part of it anymore. That shift is not fun for me at all. It's actually really awful, and it doesn't just impact me, but my family and my friends. And I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm always going to be a confrontational person, but I think there's ways to do it that are not channeling the anger I feel at the world for hurting me. So to that end, I'm going to take a break. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be back, but I don't know when. I need to take some time I'm not going to change myself for anybody. That's never going to happen. But I am going to work on the way that my hurt has taken over my content in some ways. So, thank you for all the support, and we'll see you somewhere down the road.
Okay, let's dissect this video just a little bit, because there's a lot there that's being said, and there's a lot there that's being implied. Because first of all, Lilytino goes into the idea that she does her content to educate and to entertain. Which I will tell you very, very truthfully, neither of what she does. She neither entertains nor does she educate people. And this is one of the things that I think, again, I'm going to be very, very, proper in this, because I want to make sure that, I don't hurt anybody or say the wrong thing. But, because I have seen at least a half a dozen, if not more, videos of all the other stuff that's coming out about Lilytino. I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm going to stay away from all that. I'm going to just pretty much stick with this video here of what she said. And she says that, I like to educate and entertain. She doesn't do either. And this is where the part where I sit there and I go, the Lilytino is not very self-reflective. All right? She's not very, because there have been members of the trans community who have come out to her and have said that she is an embarrassment, that she is hurting the community, she's doing more harm than good for the trans community. And it just seems like Lilytino just kept on going with what Lilytino wanted to do. If she really wanted to educate people about the trans community, she would have sat back and have taken some of the advice from others of, like, hey, what you're doing is not good. It's not reflective of what we want to have our community be able to be portrayed as. You're actually causing the stereotypical of what people are looking at the trans community as. And again, in the video I shot a couple weeks ago, I showed all kinds of comments from her TikTok channel and her videos about how all of this was bad. And yet she just kept on going and doing her thing. So for her to sit there and say that, I'm just trying to educate and entertain, well, you didn't do either. Now, I find it shocking that Lilytino would all of a sudden just, I'm taking a break. Because apparently one of the videos, again, we've seen those bathroom selfies from all those bathroom selfies, and we've seen the video that came after the bathroom selfies about, Lilytino, you shouldn't have been taking those bathroom selfies, and then tried to hide it by saying, look at all of these other celebrities that take bathroom selfies, and. Yeah, all those photos you showed us of celebrities doing bathroom selfies they were all by themselves. There was nobody around them. They were probably in a private bathroom. They were probably in a bathroom that, even if they were in public, they were by themselves. There was nobody else around them. That was your huge mistake. That was your huge mistake. For one, about the bathroom selfies. One, you decided to do them with other people there at Walt Disney World, at the Magic Kingdom, and I think a few other places. And then you tried to play it off like, it's just something that all women like to do. Well, now all of a sudden, after all those selfies came out, and after you put out, the very point forward that it was everybody else's problem and not yours, that Florida Attorney General, who happened to be on, Benny Johnson's podcast, basically said, yeah, we're looking into this, and we're definitely taking this seriously because men should not be in women's spaces. And that, I think, was the catalyst for everything that's happened. I don't think, in my opinion, that I don't fully believe everything Lilytino is saying. She might be taking a break because of all the hate. Well, you've been getting all this hate for like the last 2.5, 3 years. And you just kept on going. You've not bothered to stop. You've not bothered to course correct. It's only now that the Florida Attorney General has decided to look into this case criminally that you now have a problem and now you have to take things seriously. I think the reason you're taking a break, Lilytino, is because now you're in trouble with the law and you fooled around and found out. And this is, and the interesting part is this. First of all, I remember, again, in one of her earlier videos, she's going through the turnstile at the Magic Kingdom. And she's like, I don't know if I'm banned at Disneyland. I don't know if I'll be banned here. And then she gets, I guess I'm not banned. I guess I'm not banned at Disney. Well, I looked into that. And I asked Google, can you be banned at one Disney park and not the other? And Google went on to tell me, yes, it is possible to be banned from one Disney park and not another. While Disney typically issues bans that apply to all their parks, resorts, and affiliated locations, it's not unheard of for a ban to be specific to a particular park location, especially in cases of trespassing. Now, they have their general bans where the guest violates park rules and severe misconduct. Disney issues a trespass warning, which can lead to the ban of all Disney properties, including the theme parks, resorts, other affiliated locations. Specific bans include, in some cases, a ban might be limited to a specific park or location. For example, if a guest is caught trespassing in a backstage area of one park, they might be banned only from that specific park or area, not necessarily all Disney parks. And it is, you look down below, it is on a case-by-case basis. While there are general guidelines, Disney may handle bans on a case-by-case basis. The specifics of a ban, or whether it's park-specific or global, can depend on the nature of the violation and other factors. So, yes, it is possible, although normally when you're banned from Disney, you're banned from Disney, But it is possible for you to be barred from Disneyland and not Walt Disney World or the Magic Kingdom or whatever other parks that are at Walt Disney World. The interesting part of this is that she decided to do this in Florida, not California. Now, obviously, if she's banned from Disneyland, she can't do it at the Disneyland park because she's banned from Disneyland or Disney's California Adventure. And so therefore doing those bathroom selfies may not, have sparked such an outrage if it was done in California rather than Florida. I'm making a general thing here because Florida and California are right now on two different sides of the political spectrum. And that's basically what we're looking at here is that if she'd done this in California, she might be able to have gotten away with it. The Attorney General of California might sit there and go, that's not serious. We're looking at that's more of a civil issue. We'll let all that kind of go, blah, blah, blah. Whereas in the state of Florida, it's like, no, we don't want men and women's spaces and we're going to enforce it. And this is exactly what happened. I think she got in trouble for taking those bathroom selfies. The Florida AG said, not here, not in my state, and has put Lilytino on notice that she's being investigated criminally for these bathroom selfies. And again, this goes back to what I said just a little bit ago. She's not very self-aware of what's going on. People do. I mean, first of all, I think in most places you're not even allowed to take pictures or video in bathrooms. I think that's a violation of in most places. I know I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to take I wouldn't be able to take a camera and say I'm a woman and go into the women's restroom at Target. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be beaten and arrested, or arrested and beaten, depending on who was there. I've seen videos online of women who, some guy goes into the women's dressing room and they hear a click and they find some guy taking pictures of women in the dressing rooms, and all of a sudden there are 3 people on top of them, beating the crap out of him, taking the camera away from him because it's a violation. I would classify that as some type of sexual misconduct violation. But Lilytino, again, for some reason, thought that she was above everything and went off and did her thing, and that's normally it. I mean, but let's get into one of the more the gist of or part of the video that she talks about. She talks about she's getting all this hate and how she's getting hate from us. And how that's translated into how there's been a shift in her content. And now that she's been angry and confrontational. Now, I don't agree with that. She has been very confrontational lately. But if you look at everything that she's done, she's been the one instigating the confrontations. Everybody else has been kind of cool with whatever is going on, as we've seen her talk to one waiter or another or server or whatever, and they say the wrong pronoun and she becomes confrontational. And then she wonders why she's getting all this hate. Why do all these people hate me? It's caused a bad shift in my my content, and all I want to do is bring joy to the world and educate and entertain, and because Lilytino, your content is not only is it taking a shift, it's like taking a shift in a direction where people are like, why are you doing this? And again, as I've said before, you're not very well, self-aware of what you're doing. You're just, this is, and again, I mean, all of us who are content creators, we do our content, and, we believe in what it is we're doing, and we're going to keep on going, and this is what this is my content, and I want to do this for this particular group, whatever. Even I have gotten comments where it's like we've gotten a lot of really good comments, especially on with Travel by Nature, and we've gotten some great comments on Miss Cindy's Kitchen, and so but we've gotten some of our trolls too, and I just keep on going, I just keep on going because I know that we have an audience out there that people are going to watch our content. And I think that's part of the reason, unfortunately, that she's continued to do what she's been doing, is because we all sit back and we all watch it. She puts out a video, it gets, and I'm guesstimating, I don't know, I'm just going to say 5 million views. She does a video, it gets 5 million views, it gets all these hate comments, but she's got all these views. And if you look at there are some of the things out there where apparently I guess there's something out there where it's like they want to ban her from TikTok. And me personally, I'm not into that. I think like on all platforms that you should be able to do the content you want to do, and then based on the audience that you have, it should determine whether or not you stay on the platform or not. I don't think someone should be kicked off a platform because, oh my gosh, they're doing content. I mean, unless their content is absolutely abhorrent, which a lot of people would probably say her content is. But unless it's like mean and spiteful and hateful, I would just pretty much, and there are guidelines where a lot of these, YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and they all got these, Twitter, and they all have these guidelines which basically says, here's what you can do and here's what you can't do. And for the most part, I think they've done a great job in keeping those guidelines pretty clear. I know that there are some content creators who are like, no, I got banned for this, that, and the other thing, and I've challenged them on it. Good. I mean, I believe in free speech. When I believe in free speech, I believe that you should be able to say certain things despite the fact that you go against the grain with other people. Because that's what free speech is all about. All right. Getting back to Lilytino, because I don't want to go totally off the rails here. But I think it's kind of crazy that she would sit there and go, I need to take a break because of all the hate stuff, all the hate stuff that I'm getting. I'm getting all these hateful comments. And it's just really dragging me down, and it's making me hateful and confrontational, and I really don't want to have that kind of content. Well, I'm sorry, but you've kind of walked into it. You've allowed yourself to do this kind of content that people have said that has hurt them. And yet you don't care whether or not you put out content that hurts other people. You're going to do your thing, and we're just going to have to be the ones that suffer through it. Again, I don't believe that she's truly taking a break because of all the hate. Because if that were the case, she would have stopped a long time ago. She would have stopped a long time ago. From all, again, according to all the comments I have seen on her TikTok channel, she would have, if that were the case, she would have stopped doing this a long time ago. But she gets the clout, she gets paid, and we're the dummies that continue to sit there and watch. And she takes advantage of us. But because she's now, again, I'm going back to this, because she's now being investigated by the Florida Attorney General in the state of Florida for her bathroom selfies, which, genius, you now just gave them, evidence number one. You just gave them evidence number one, and you're going to find yourself like, I don't know if you're going to be behind bars or not. I mean, I hope everything works out. I mean, I'm the kind of guy like, I hope everything works out. But I want Lilytino to sit back and reflect on all that she's done on her TikTok channel and come back. And if she comes back, there's no guarantee that she's actually coming back. Because, from the body language I got, I don't know. I mean, she may be gone for a while. And if she ends up going, and of course, if she ends up having to face prison time in Florida, she won't be back for a while, for a long while. But with that being said, I hope she takes this time to reflect on her content and realize, you know what? I think I may have taken all this a bit too far. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. And I know there are a lot of people who are celebrating. Yay, she's off at TikTok. And we don't have to watch her anymore. And I'm sure there's joy, there's joy in Mudville for that too. But I want people to I want people to be good people. That's just me. I want people to be good people. If she comes back, I hope that she has thought about what she's done and she does content that is more reflective to the community that she represents. I think if she were to start doing that, then everything would pretty much go away. All right. I've said what I need to say about this. I am actually under time. I'm happy about that. And hopefully you'll be back tomorrow when I have another video for you. But until then, if you haven't already, go down and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Bang, bang, bang the bell for notifications so you always know when a new video is uploaded. Please give me a big like. It really helps me out with the algorithm. Lets me know if I'm doing something. Lets me know if I'm doing something right. Share this out to your friends, family, neighbors, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Tell me, Goose, you're right on the money with this, or Goose, I think you're way off with this. I really enjoy your comments, even if I don't agree with them. I do read them, and I'm very, very thankful about them. But until then, I am Goose. This is On With the Show. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the other side.